What is up? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show on a Wednesday night. We are live and amplified from Teen Vision TV 16 with our director, Johnny Nunez, and what a big show coming your way tonight. We're going to preview the high school football state championship games. We got the Aquinas Falcons. We got the Arlington Lions. Both going up north. They're both going to Northern California to play for CIF state titles, so we're going to break down those matchups. We also have the new head football coach for the Rancho Verde High School, the great Eric Zomalt. And this one almost slipped past us because we were covering the SoCal Regional football games on Friday night, and then we got word that Zomalt was taking over for the Mustangs, so he's going to join us tonight live for an interview as well. And then a little bit later in the show, Temecula Valley girls soccer, a dominant program the last 6-7 years from Division II to Division I. We're going to go live to Temecula Valley practice tonight. But first things first, talking about state championships, they are still the reigning state champions in the state of California. We're talking about Riverside City College, the Tigers. Joining us on the show, Tigers running back and former Centennial High School star, Thomas Kinslow. And Thomas, first off, man, I feel like that 2019 state title for the Tigers, it seems like it was so long ago because of, the COVID year last year. Does it seem long ago to you as well?
It seems really far, actually. I've been talking to the guys about it this week at practice. And just going back to that moment that we had and now being able to reciprocate it now on the new state team, it just seems like it was also long ago, but just so short of a memory that you can almost already remember that it just happened. So, it's crazy to think that we're back here again. It's crazy to think that we might have a chance to go back to back, but it's definitely something special.
Well, Thomas, that's the plan. Go back-to-back state championships. And when you look at 2019, that was a very special team, the national championship, all those sorts of things. This year is special in its own right. A little bit different. You guys had a little bit of a lull during the regular season, but able to turn things around and make this push to get back to the state championship game. Is this season, does it feel rewarding considering that, again, you guys had a little 2-game skid, but you were able to turn things around, and now you're back in the state title game? Is that rewarding knowing that you guys were able to get back to this championship game?
Oh, definitely. I think it's been a very big, consistent basis that we've been wanting to improve and want to get better. We did start off, kind of slow in the beginning with everything with COVID and, having to be shut down so many times with, the different COVID things coming in. Some people got sick. Some people had to be sent home. Coaches couldn't be there. There was a lot of factors that played in on how the season kind of was getting started. But to be here now, I think, again, being so much of the consistent actions to want to get better, to want to be that team that people talk about, to do something that hasn't been done before, definitely is rewarding. And it's we're very happy to be here.
All right, Thomas, before we start looking at this state championship game against City College of San Francisco coming up, let's go back to the Southern California championship game just for a moment. You got a little payback against Golden West. You beat those guys on their home field. It came down to a big defensive stop at the end. How crazy and thrilling was that game for you guys?
It was a ball game. Just from the beginning to the end, just on the defensive side, offensive side. Hats off to Golden West and their program. They had an amazing year. They did an amazing job just giving us the run. To do everything that they needed to. But just being on that field was definitely a different presence. It was something that we made sure that we had to be perfect, or at least try to be perfect to try to win this game. And you saw at the end, the last play, that's just from the reps, mental reps every single day at practice, and then being able to make that stop. That's just something that we work on in the red area, maybe being able that we're there to execute the plan and be able to get what we need to. But it was a great game. Hats off to both teams, and luckily we came out victorious.
Now, Thomas, you're a Centennial guy, so obviously you've played in a lot of big games. You've won a lot of games. Going into a championship game, the week of a championship game, is it business as usual? Do you just try to remind yourself it's the same game, it's still football, we're going to do the same thing? Like, do you try to embrace the moment, or do you try to downplay it and say, okay, guys, let's just keep doing what we're doing? It's just football. The game is the same.
I think it's a little bit of both. I would say definitely that you want to definitely live in the moment. I told the guys, you're going to remember this week of practice. You're going to remember this game for as long as you can remember. Just as we did in 2019, I still remember that whole group, the whole team, name by name and everyone. But you also have to understand that we have to play our game. We're going to come out there and we're going to do the same business as usual. We want to come out and execute, run our plays, and still everything is still the same this week. Nothing has changed. Still conditioning after practice, still weightlifting, still showing up every day, still trying to make sure that we're doing every single little thing right. So when we get to the end, we're ready to go.
Is it a weird feeling knowing like this is the last game? If you guys win, you are the state champions. This is your final game. So are you trying to like maybe just even soak in practice this week with your guys? Because a lot of you guys will be moving on to universities. Are you trying to soak in every moment with your Tiger teammates?
Oh, definitely. I was talking to my mom and talking to my teammates. This is my last practice. My last game at RCC. Been here 2 years now, and of course, it's been a long run with everything with COVID, with how everything has been going. It's a little bit of emotional. Just being from where I started at to where it's at now, I definitely take these practices, my teammates. I take all these little things, and I really take it to heart because it means a lot to me.
And too, Thomas, I don't know if you're still living at home, but man, I know you've got some options on the table to continue your football career. So this might be the last time you're still hanging out in the IE. You're going to go on to bigger and better things, down the road. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you're at home or your mom's home cooking and being around, a bunch of familiar guys, are you enjoying that as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm still at home with my mom, my brother, and my sister. So definitely being at home, just being around the guys, being in Riverside. Of course, I'm very familiar with the city, everything around it, everything in the Inland Empire. So I'm taking in every moment. I'm just thankful that I have, the home basis with my mom and my family, just always still taking care of every moment that I have with them. But also just being at RCC, just being around everybody. I love the atmosphere and everything that goes with it. So I'm definitely taking it all in, and I'm very thankful for it.
All right, Thomas, state championship game Saturday at Mount Sac. You guys will take on the City College of San Francisco. They're a perennial power, but so are you guys. You are still the reigning state champions here in California. Without giving away all your secrets, what do you know about City College of San Francisco, and what do you think are going to be the keys to victory on Saturday for the Tigers?
Well, they're a very aggressive team. I think that they're going to be able to come out and really execute on both sides of the ball. We just want to be able to play our game. We just want to be able to come out, be able to run the ball, be able to pass the ball. Just, make sure that we do our job to execute our plans. Of course, not getting anything away, but just being able to play RCC football. And everybody knows what that's about. We play fast, we play smart, aggressive. We want to finish the game. We want to come out strong and finish it just how everything is planned out, again, to every single perfect detail that Coach Kraft has for us. So definitely there's areas that we want to definitely look at and kind of get after it early in the game, but we definitely just want to execute our plan to get to where we need to be.
Thomas, it sounds like this team never stopped believing. During the regular season, like this team probably looked around the locker room and thought, guys, we can put this together still. We can still get back to that state championship game. Is that safe to say that you guys never stopped believing that you could get back to this point?
Oh, definitely. I think as a team overall, I talked to the guys early on, actually, right after the College of the Canyons game. And I told them, of course, we've never been in this situation before, but we have the chance to do something special. I see all the guys we have in here, and we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of hard work. We have a lot of people that want to do something special. So now it's time to come from where we are and move forward. The past is behind us. And if you want to get better, that's what we're going to do. If we want to win, that's what we're going to do. And that's the same thing with the consistent actions of wanting to show up every day, wanting to put in that work to, get somewhere special. And of course, it's a testament now to where we are. So everyone come together as one, having that brotherhood, but having that family to want to do something special to be here now.
So, Thomas, when you look at that 2019 season and winning that state championship, the way that you prepared, maybe physically, maybe mentally, are you trying to maybe duplicate and do some of those similar things leading up to Saturday's game against San Francisco?
I definitely told the team, we want to be this team. Of course, the team from 2019 is different from where we are right now. There's a lot of things we can take from them, but I also told them, we want to be this team, and we want to remember for the 2021 team, for what we went through and how we got to this place right now. Of course, there's a lot of mental aspects that we can take from the team from 2019 and, all the different things that came from it. But we want to be the ones to say, we went through this. We came from behind. We came from where we are right now to win this game together. So we definitely have our own little mark, our own, little thing that we have carrying with us right now, our chip on our shoulders, if you want to say.
Thomas, looking back at 2019, if you were going to guess like a percentage, how many guys from 2019 are still on the Tigers this season? Because, again, it feels like so long ago. We had that COVID year in between. 20%, 80%? Like, what would you guess maybe?
It's pretty low. I'd say just about maybe 15%, especially even on the offensive side and defensive side. There might be maybe 4 or 5 guys on each side really that have came back. So it's pretty small, but of course we still have those leaders that came back with us again.
Yeah, that's good to have that nucleus. Like you said, 2019 was its own team. This year has its own identity, but you guys have gone through the process. You've won the state championship. You know what it takes. It's good to have that nucleus of guys coming back and kind of leading the way. So again, it's Saturday. It's Riverside City College taking on the City College of San Francisco for the state title at Mount Sac. Thomas, thank you so much for the time, man. Really enjoyed that interview. Best of luck to you guys on Saturday. And hopefully, come Saturday night, we'll be saying back-to-back state champs for RCC.
Hopefully. I'm thankful to be on here and have the interview. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Yeah, we'll definitely get back to you, and we'll be back-to-back for sure.
Yes, sir. Thomas Kinslow here on the Inland Sports Show, joining us live as the Tigers prepare to play for a state title this Saturday against City College of San Francisco. 2 perennial powers locking horns on Saturday. Okay, quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk high school football. Those 2 local teams going up north, state titles on the line for Aquinas and Arlington. We'll talk more about that when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited.
And goal. It's a big one for the Lions. Pushing his way forward and in for the score. Was it the big guy? It was. I wanted to make sure it was not Warhop. It was not. It was, well,
list him as Gregory McDaniel, but Jeff, we know him as Buddha McDaniel.
You gotta love Buddha. Buddha ran it across. Won a CIF championship and finished third.
Johnson going deep for Maloney, and he's got it. Maloney stays on his feet. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Arlington. Johnson to Maloney. Daniel and Turner, and Warhop gets the carry. He'll follow Turner and Warhop. Still on his feet. Warhop, he's gone. Past the 30, the 20. It's a foot race. Warhop into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Big win for the Arlington Lions. We had it on Riverside TV and our friends over at Spectrum and NFHS as well. We'll talk about the Lions in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the Aquinas Falcons going up to Northern California to play in their second straight state championship game. There is head coach Jordan Brusig with that SoCal regional hardware after they beat Newport Harbor this past Friday night. And let's check out some video from that one as the Falcons hosted a game in San Bernardino. They haven't hosted very many games, championship games in San Bernardino. All of these Southern Section titles, the SoCal regional games, for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part, they have been on the road. So it was just a big deal for them to be on their home field at Aquinas High School. There's the freshman JoJo Solis. Yeah, I said it. He's a freshman. Doesn't play like it. JoJo actually played on both sides of the football in that win against the Sailors. The final score in that one was 42-28, and Aquinas was actually down at halftime, but they outscored Newport Harbor 22-0 in the third quarter. They built a little bit of cushion, and they would not look back. Dre Robles hitting Caden Williford there for the touchdown for the Aquinas Falcons. Williford also returned a kick for the touchdown. In fact, it was the opening kickoff to the second half as Williford made a house call as the Aquinas Falcons. If you look back at 2019, this will be their second consecutive state championship game. Back in 2019, they lost 10-7. Very low-scoring battle with the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. That was Division II AA. Now they're in III AA, and they will take on Vanden High School in Fairfield. So if you're familiar with the Bay Area, kind of northeast of the Bay Area, and that's where they will be playing for a state championship. Here is head coach Jordan Brusig after that big win against Newport Harbor for the SoCal regional title.
Business as usual, Pep. I mean, we got to have a great week of practice. We got to be able to run the football and play good defense and just continue to keep our faith first and focus on the job at hand. We get one more week together no matter what. So, you know, we're gonna enjoy that and we're gonna work our butts off. Man, their life was on the line and we knew it. And that was a good football team over there. And we needed to come out firing. And these guys won another week bad, and so they earned it.
So one more week for the Falcons. They will be flying up to Northern California on Friday. The game is Saturday night, again, in Fairfield, California, taking on Vanden High School. Let's go to our big boost play of the week, and it comes from that Aquinas game. I mentioned it. Now let's see it. It's your boy, Caden Williford, with Aquinas trailing at halftime. Williford cracks open the second half with this kickoff return for the score. My guy, St. Pepe, get great video as Williford takes it back to the house. That would set the tone for the second half as Aquinas rolled to the SoCal Regional Championship. That is our big boost play of the week. Congrats to Caden Williford. All right, now we talked about Aquinas. Let's talk about the Arlington Lions. There is Coach Argamosa with his SoCal Regional Championship in 6A as they beat El Camino Real. Final score of 24-14. So Arlington will play also on the road in Northern California. They will play for the 6A state title on Saturday at 1 o'clock at Salesian Prep in Richmond. So I actually looked where Arlington's going to play on the road and where Aquinas is going to play on the road, and it's only about 30 miles apart. So I'm thinking, should I make the drive? I have not decided yet. Maybe I will be going to Northern California on Saturday. Arlington plays at 1. Aquinas plays at 6. It can be done. Here is Coach Argamosa after their big win on Saturday night against El Camino Real for the SoCal Regional title. And one of his running backs, a.k.a. fullbacks, Buddha McDaniel. I don't know if you call it double fullback. I don't know what you call it, but man, having Buddha back there, even got a touchdown tonight. But how fun is it when you see the offense effectively moving the football? It might not be pretty, but you guys are moving the ball down the field and scoring touchdowns.
Well, the technical term, I guess, Buddha named it pound cake. So that's our pound cake formation, and just us being able to manipulate where we want our big guys to go and block and do things, and just keep changing it up a little bit. We're not doing nothing special. We want to run the ball. We want to wear people down, and that's what our O-line is doing, and our fullbacks and everybody, and it's been great. Like I was saying earlier, our stud Ray, he's such a great kid. He's always telling the coaches, hey, give the other guys their ball too. Give them love. They're blocking for me. Let's help them out. And it's a weak concept back there, no matter who's running the ball, and that's what's been amazing.
It was great. They were focused on Warhop and BJ. They didn't even see me get the ball, score a touchdown. So it was great. Lead blocking for my guys. Once we give them a block, they can make a run in the open field. So it felt great. It feels great. Everybody sees big man are athletic too. Yeah.
And now you're playing for a state championship. How excited are you?
Yeah, it's the first time I think our school's ever been to state, and we're going to the state championship going up north. So it feels great. We get to have the experience, and it's my senior year.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't like looking ahead, but last week, pre-planning kind of some things because districts and money and stuff, and looking at where both schools were at, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a drive. But it's going to be exciting. In college, I went to college, we actually took a bus up to Menlo Park, and that was pretty cool. And just, give the kids experience to know what else is out there, and there's, for the first time in my life, I'm going north that far up, past Magic Mountain. So it's going to be exciting. So it's going to be an exciting thing for them and for us, and we're just going to keep doing what we're supposed to do and keep working hard,
You heard it right. The pound cake offense. 2 fullbacks, 2 big linemen behind the running back, Ray Warhop. It's awesome. Best of luck to Arlington and Aquinas going up to Northern California for state championships on Saturday. We'll take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. Standing by is the new head football coach for Rancho Verde, the great Eric Zomalt will join us live on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
What up, y'all? Boostman here. Gonna break you off with a quick 2 cent. Parents, here are 3 reasons why you need to enroll your athlete into a strength and conditioning program as the new year approaches. 1, to relieve them of all the repetitive motions of their sport. 2, to become bigger, stronger, and faster and a better overall athlete. And 3, to develop a relentless work ethic.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. We have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Rams fans out there, relax. Relax. You did what you were supposed to against a not very good Jacksonville team. You hammered them 37-7. Matt Stafford looked great. OBJ caught a touchdown. Cooper Kupp is still one of the best receivers in the game. Relax. It's Monday. Relax. You're back on track. The Rams are 8-4 right now and still making a push to not only win maybe a division title if Arizona can slip up, and still one of the top teams in the NFC. Just relax on a Monday. Well, we all know the Detroit Lions are a second half of the season kind of team, man. They're gonna take the NFL by storm. They did get their first win against Minnesota yesterday, 29-27, despite actually a really great game from our guy Alexander Madison from San Bernardino High School, the pride of Cardinal City. 90 yards on the ground and touchdown. Not enough as the Vikings lose to Detroit 29-27. So win number one for the Lions. Here they come.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. We've been talking high school football. We got some state championship games coming up this weekend on Saturday. This guy knows about state title games. It is Eric Zomalt. In fact, he's at Orange Vista right now doing some wrestling as the athletic director, but he will be the new head football coach for the Rancho Verde Mustangs. So first off, Coach, congratulations. I'm excited to see you leading a program again. Are you excited about this opportunity?
Well, thanks for having me. We'll start with that. And yeah, no, man, I'm ready to get back into coaching and, get out there and try to make it happen.
Now, Coach, being an athletic director, I'm sure you are pulled in so many different directions. You're a busy guy, you're admin, but did you miss just being on the sidelines and just doing X's and O's and coaching football?
That was exactly what kind of led me to this decision. Was, I really had no idea. With Rich here, my shout out to Rich, my athletic director at Citrus Hill. He's at the CIF office now, but he made it look easy, and so I really kind of had an idea that I contemplated potentially stepping into the AD role. And but when Bobby Caldwell, shout out to Bobby, Orange Vista's original athletic director. When he stepped down early, when COVID hit, he retired. He stepped down early when COVID hit, and I didn't want to kind of miss that opportunity, but I really had no real understanding of what the job consisted of. And then when this fall hit, I really thought I'd be able to do both, athletic director and be an assistant football coach. And I learned early that that's just not the case. I mean, there's so many kind of moving parts and moving pieces to not just a Friday night, but throughout the course of the week. So I only got an opportunity to kind of casually, be connected to football. And I wasn't ready to completely remove myself from that process. And so I had to make a decision, a quick decision that if an opportunity presented itself, I would probably return to being a head coach.
So, Coach, with everything you just said, obviously being a head football coach for a varsity team, you have to have a great relationship with the athletic director at your school. Do you have maybe a new appreciation for what they have to, all the hoops and things they have to do to manage all the programs on campus?
I have a new appreciation for every person that walks on this campus. Like I literally, and I have, I've got kind of like tunnel vision, and you really have to be laser focused to have a program that competes at a high level. And I kind of walked around. I try not to ask for too much, and I'm not I don't need a whole lot of attention to do my job. And so as a football coach, I went to work every day, and I hope Rich appreciated that. And he was there for me, and all my administrators were, extremely supportive of Citrus, but I had, they never even brought like the daily operations, not just what centers around football, but just every day on this campus. Like I think every teacher and probably parent should have to do like a tag along, like a ride along with like police officers with an administrator for like a week. Their job is tough, is really tough. And so for me, it was something that I felt that I was challenged in a way that which was good, but I just I wasn't ready to give up on coaching. just yet. But it is. I have a whole, new level of respect for what it takes to operate on a daily basis on a high school campus.
Well, Coach, as we look ahead to next season as the head football coach for Rancho Verde, I know the Mustangs had a down season in terms of their standards. You're obviously very familiar with them, having coached at Citrus Hill and had some real good battles with them. But do you feel like you can go in there and maybe start winning some football games pretty quickly?
I don't know how quickly we will win. I can't I can't predict how quickly we will or how many games we'll win. I know we'll go to work as soon as I get there. And if the kids are, if they buy in and they're ready to compete, the rest will take care of itself.
When do you think you can make that transition? Is there like a plan in place? Because I know, people are probably thinking, oh, well, it's only December or January. It's like, well, yeah, but football teams actually start doing stuff to get ready. Like there's things that you can put in motion.
Oh, for sure. So I'll be there at the start of the second semester. So this next week will be my last week at Orange Vista, and then I'll transition over to Rancho as soon as we come back from winter break.
Was it a little bit easier because it was all in district? It was all with Val Verde that was able to make that transition pretty smooth?
Yeah, and that honestly was one of the major factors in my decision. There's a ton of turnover, with high school head football coaches. And so there are opportunities every year, throughout the Southern section. And for me, I've been in Val Verde for 16 years now. And I built some relationships and people that I trust and I respect. And so I wanted to stay, in this district where I know how much they value, just athletics and how supportive they are. And I just, it was either Rancho or Citrus. And I wanted to kind of go in a different direction and challenge myself in a different way.
Well, Coach, once we got to like the end of the regular season for this year for football, we already knew several programs where we had coaches stepping down, coaches moving on. So, like you said, there's always programs, especially here in the IE, where there's going to be some coaching changes. Were you from afar just maybe keeping an eye on some things like, okay, if that job opened up, I'd be interested. And then when Rancho Verde popped, were you like, okay, that's the spot. If I was going to pick a spot, like that's the spot I want to go to?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I knew they were, it was going to be tough this year. And a lot of that has to do with anytime there's turnover, from one coach to another head coach. But, that's kind of compounded with the COVID, part of it, not being able to really work and progress and get better. And it was such a short window having a season in the spring. So, I mean, it just, Coach Six was in a really tough situation. And so I knew once things weren't going kind of as well as probably, people were used to, that there might be a chance that they would open that position up again. And I just, like, the two things I really wanted were to stay in Val Verde and to coach kids from the city of Rancho Valley. And Rancho Verde checks both boxes.
Well, Coach, I'll leave you on this. For me at least, it's going to be kind of weird seeing you in red, but I guess I'll have to get used to it like everybody else.
I know, man. I'm not gonna lie, Pep. I got to keep it real. When they put out that, when they announced it, I don't even know if you saw it, but on like Instagram or something, there was a picture of me. Yeah, that was I think Steve Ferrer, he was working some magic on the computer, and he changed one of my Citrus jackets to red. And it's just, that color was like forbidden at Citrus. So to see myself in it, like, it's going to take some getting used to. And, but I'm fired up, man. I want to coach kids, and it doesn't matter. I actually, on Monday, I went to, and I know we'll wrap it up. I went over to introduce myself to the kids, and it was a little different walking on the campus, because I'd only really been in the stadium. But once the kids were out there working with Coach Duffy, he still has him training and he's still connected to him. Once I stepped on the field, like, all of that went away immediately. It's just kids that want to be coached, want to get better, and I'm all for it.
Well, Coach, we're excited about it. I'm glad to see you on the sidelines again. I'm waiting for that big Rancho Verde versus Orange Vista game maybe down the road against your brother. But first things first.
I hope it has a meaning for us, man. I hope it's not just about the team from down the street. I hope we have something at stake, man. We gotta go out and earn it and get ready to go, because they are fired up.
Yeah.
Like, I've been here since they announced it. And I'm public enemy number one on this campus, man. These kids are like giving me a hard time, and but it's all love.
Well, the Coyotes got a great thing going, and I'm sure the Mustangs are going to be turning things around very quickly. Coach Zomalt, always appreciate the time. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and hopefully I'll see you on the sideline soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Pep. Appreciate everything that you do, man. You do a great job for these kids in the IE.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. That's Eric Zomalt, the new head football coach for the Rancho Verde High School. Let's take another quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some Temecula Valley girls soccer here on the Inland Sports Show.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kinn's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kinn's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods.
15-8 Lancers. CBU has made their last 4 shots. Taryn Armstrong. He can pass, he can shoot, and he can dunk. 17-8. Stops on a dime, back out to Taryn. Taryn around Pinot along the baseline. He did it again. Taryn Armstrong.
And that was a huge win for CBU men's basketball last night against North Dakota, 89-71. That was Taryn Armstrong, had a near triple-double. He leads the nation, all Division I college basketball. He leads the nation in assists, and we got a big game coming up for the Lancers on Sunday. It's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game as CBU will make that short trip up the freeway to take on their crosstown showdown rival, UC Riverside. Johnny, let's check it out. It's the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. And again, UCR's off to a strong start. They were all over Sports Center. They had that big buzzer beater on the road at Arizona State. And for CBU, they are 8-1. In fact, their only loss this season was on the road at 5th-ranked Texas. That was it. They are 8-1, so this should be a great game. And, of course, it's a budding rivalry here in Riverside. CBU and UCR, that is Sunday in the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. All right, now let's talk some girls soccer. We are going live down to Temecula Valley High School. Let's do this. Let's check in with the Golden Bears. Just had their season opener. Big win against Roosevelt. 3-zip the final score. We got Coach Jennifer Guinn and some of her top players. And, Coach, before we get to your players, Let's talk about that season opening win. What did you guys do well in that 3-0 victory against Roosevelt that you liked?
I think what I liked was just seeing them come together as a family, like right away. That's always our goal, is how quick can we get together? How quick can we become a unit? And they did that. They did that with a lot of passion, energy, and it was a lot of fun to watch. It's going to be a fun season.
And Coach, speaking of a fun season, we're going to talk to some seniors. You got a freshman back there as well. Would you say this squad is a nice blend of upperclassmen and some young talent coming up?
Absolutely. We picked up some great underclassmen this year, and I think that they're going to have a lot of contribution to the team, and everybody's accepting them really well and just really building, what we strive to have at TV, and they might even say it is a legacy here. And anyway, so we're excited about them.
Coach, you bring up a good word like legacy, right? It's not just having one good season. That's what a program is when you're consistently good year after year after year. I'm thinking of 2018. You guys win a CIF Southern Section title. You win a SoCal championship in Division II. You're a Division I program now. It feels like every single season you can count on Temecula Valley being in the hunt for Southwestern League title, CIF playoff runs. That's the standard, isn't it, for the Golden Bears?
Yeah, we expect that out of the girls. We let them know, hey, the environment there's pressure here, but just go after it and face it right on. We thrive for that and get excited about it. I think, how much further can we go? We know that we're playing against some amazing talent and great teams, and Division I is really very difficult, and it's something that we can't take lightly. And so we're always studying and working to see how we can be the best that we can be. And goal is to make history every year and get to the next spot. Last year, going to the quarterfinals was incredible, and, it's our goal to go even further.
Well, Coach, when you build your non-league schedule, I know you got, I think, Mission Viejo, right, tomorrow night.
Yes.
Do you want to play like really good teams in non-league? Because you're going to see really good teams in league play. Southwestern League's unbelievable. And, of course, Division I's going to be unbelievable. When you build your schedule, do you have that in mind?
Yeah, you play the best so you can be the best, and that's kind of the goal. Obviously, us playing in Division I and the teams that we face in preseason really does prepare us for our league season, and kind of allows us to see what the future is for the playoffs. So building that schedule and just making sure we are playing the best is really important. If we don't, then, we're not ready to compete, and we need to be competitive across the board through league and through playoffs.
Yeah,
no holding back.
Yeah, that Southwestern League is so good. So many great teams down in that, in that part, and of course Division I. And you guys had such a great run in Division II for several consecutive seasons, and now in Division I, like you said, quarterfinals. I think it was Harvard Westlake. They had some girl that scored like a bunch of goals. I can't remember her name, but she was unbelievable, right? Am I thinking of the same?
Yeah, she's a great player. She's a lot of fun. That was a great game for us. We learned a lot. And I think the spirit of my team is, we're excited to get out there and continue to play against great teams like that and great athletes like that.
All right, Coach, you've got some studs behind you. Let's talk to some of your players, and I'll start with Natalie Mitchell. She is one of the seniors for the Golden Bears. And Natalie, what do you remember about last season and that experience, in Division I for the postseason, and maybe some of the matches you had along the way through the regular season or league play? But how do you think you guys maybe were able to grow maybe last year that will make you better this year?
I think first off, we're all super thankful we even got to play last year. It was amazing to just even get a season, and I'm so glad we got it because we loved our seniors last year. I think we really learned how to push through our struggles. We definitely faced a lot of challenges through that whole season, but we came out really strong and made it farther than we have before.
Now, Natalie, Coach is telling me that you are committed. Where are you committed to for your college ball?
I'm going to go continue playing at East Carolina University next year. I'm so excited. I really hope I can go in and make an impact and earn time my freshman year.
Well, before you leave Temecula Valley, what are some areas that you feel like you can still grow as a player, maybe as a leader? What are some things that you want to, improve upon your senior season before you head off to college?
I'm really hoping we can just really help the freshmen and underclassmen learn how much this program means to everyone and that they'll keep fighting for us this whole season. I know our senior year means a lot to us, and we just want to make the best of it.
All right, great job, Natalie. Let me go to Kate Jacobsen as well. She's another senior for Temecula Valley, another player that Coach will be counting on to kind of lead the way this year. Score a lot of goals too, right, Kate? Is that the plan, score a lot of goals?
Of course. I mean, as a forward, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's your job, right? You got one job. Put the ball in the back of the net. That's your one job. Kate was the sophomore MVP, all league during the COVID season this past spring. Kate, what are some of the goals that you're setting maybe for yourself and maybe for the team this year?
Some of my goals is just to continue like my own legacy and continue to have that achieving mindset. And for the rest of my team, I want to instill that same mindset, achieving, like just putting it all out on the field to the rest of my teammates, the younger classmen especially, so that they will have the desire to do the same that I did and make the most out of their 4 years here at Temecula Valley.
So, Kate, now you're a senior. You know, you've been there, obviously, several years now with the Golden Bears, and we're about to talk to a freshman in just a moment. But as a senior, do you feel like maybe that's just part of the gig that you have to bring up the underclassmen, you know, kind of tell them about the legacy, tell them about the standard, tell them what it means to put on a Golden Bears kit, put on that uniform? I mean, as a senior, do you feel like that's part of the role, right? That you have to bring up the younger players?
Yeah, of course. I mean, as a senior and as a leader, I mean, leaders don't really just take all the credit. They want to get the freshmen their goals. They want to get everyone the chance to be the best. So, of course.
All right, speaking of freshmen, Coach, let's go over to Carly Radke, who is a freshman playing varsity soccer for Temecula Valley. That's a big deal, like, you know, just to play varsity, but also on a program like Temecula Valley. Carly, when you came into the season, did you know you were going to play varsity? How did you get the news that you made the varsity team, or did you just expect to be there?
Well, no, it was definitely a big surprise because it's been my goal for several years, but they came to my house one day and they were just all there and it was so exciting, and now we're here.
All right, Carly, what are some things that you're learning from Natalie and from Kate and some of the upperclassmen, some of the seniors on this team?
Well, just to like not only be thinking about yourself, to just like put your heart out there so that way everyone else can like work off of each other. And these two are definitely two of the most like inspirational people that I know, and I strive to be like them. So yeah.
Carly, what's a varsity practice like at Temecula Valley? I know you guys have a training session tonight under the lights there inside the stadium, but you know, do you guys practice the way you want to play? Like, how would you kind of describe what a practice might look like?
It's super upbeat and fun, and we're just always trying to like improve on the things from past games, like to really just be the best out here, and we're just working as hard as we can.
Well, Carly, great job on this interview. As a freshman, that's unbelievable. Like, we've had freshmen on this show, but those were great answers. Coach, if you're still there, let me round it out with another question for Coach. Wow, you've got some great players on your team, Coach. Smart, thoughtful girls right there.
Yep, they're pretty incredible. And that's the rest of them over there. They are all awesome. Whole unit.
Well, Coach, listen, I played high school soccer, but up in Northern California, like way up there near the Oregon border. And it was always freezing. So I see your girls. They got their big jackets on. I'll let you guys get back to practice so you can start running around, get that blood flowing again. It's never cool to be cold and freezing on the sideline. But listen, I really appreciate the time. Best of luck this season. And if you guys keep winning, we'll just have to bring you back on the show again.
Hey, we'd love that. Thank you for having us.
You got it. That is Coach Guinn and the Temecula Valley Golden Bears. Yeah, clap it up.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Going down to Temecula Valley High School live for a Golden Bears soccer practice. That was a lot of fun. All right, big thanks to Eric Zomalt, the new head football coach for Rancho Verde High School. We also had Thomas Kinslow, running back for RCC. They'll be playing for a state title on Saturday against City College of San Francisco. So if you look at this weekend, it's really a battle of North versus South for football. The Northern California champion San Francisco taking on the SoCal champ RCC, and the same thing happening on the high school gridiron with Aquinas and Arlington going up north to take on the Northern champions in Vanden. That's Aquinas' opponent, and also Salesian Prep. That'll be Arlington's opponent. big shout out to our guy, Johnny Nunez, here at Teen Vision TV 16. Always love doing it here on a Wednesday night, and it's been a lot of fun. Now we're finally putting the bow on a high school football season. I can't believe it. We're finally here, but we still have a couple more games left. And hopefully, when we come back next week on the Inland Sports Show, we'll be crowning maybe 3 champions, RCC, Aquinas, and Arlington. My name is Pep Fernandez. Stay safe out there. God bless you, and we will see you next Wednesday night with another episode of your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. See you then.